Welcome to Samuelsdottir channel. Kevin Samuels was truly a truth seeker, and after many years of educating both men and women of all races, but particularly those of African descent, in the art of navigating the ever-complex dating world, he was sadly ripped from our lives as he was called back home to the Almighty in 2022. Some of us, myself included, instinctively recognized the truth of his message. Many found his message rather unpalatable. I am hoping with this channel to make his message that little bit more digestible in a more feminine and softer manner. I hope this helps my sisters in the Black community who saw him as an enemy. Being Black myself, I hope I can bridge that gap. And oh, by the way, my father was also called Samuel, so in a twist of fate, I pay tribute with this channel to my father, who is also where Kevin has gone. I love how the Icelandic have a way of acknowledging someone's daughter in the same way as someone's son. So I appropriate the Icelandic way to find a suitable name for my channel, Samuelsdottir, Samuel's daughter. Enjoy the video.
If you cut the support off, do you think he would see the boys? And you said no. You need to answer the question of why you think that is. Because why don't you think he would see them?
Because he's done it in the past. 3 whole years. Whole years of not seeing the kids, no child support, have all his money, no alimony.
Where was he at?
He was right up the street, less than a couple miles away. He worked. He had his fun. I didn't bother them. I went and got a job. I went and provided. I kept the house. I kept the mortgage. I kept the mortgage paid. Didn't ask for anything. It wasn't until I lost my job or had to cut back.
So you didn't work during the marriage?
Correct.
Did you guys have financial pressures in the marriage?
No, not at all.
Has he changed jobs?
When we were married, he had a steady job.
Right.
Since been divorced, he's gone through lots of different
What
jobs.
was his profession?
Social work.
Okay.
He was a social worker. He worked in law enforcement. He could do that. He has a bachelor's degree in social work,
But does he have any substance abuse problems?
Not at all.
So he was steadily employed and you were a housewife.
Yep.
But post-divorce, now you're a working woman.
Correct.
And right, wrong, or indifferent, all this was preferable to just get along with your husband?
I tried.
Okay. You went to counseling, but I'm always leery when I hear women go to counseling by themselves. You went to counseling by yourself, then you went to Christian counseling. But at the end of the day, he divorced you for irreconcilable differences?
I don't know why he divorced me. I never read the papers. I never signed them.
You didn't ask him?
Divorce. I don't even know what the divorce.
Was there another woman?
There were plenty of those.
No. Did he leave you for another woman?
I don't think so.
Was he still a social worker when he left you?
Yeah.
So when he divorced you, he was making money?
Yes. No, after the divorce? No.
No, when he filed for divorce or whatever, he was still earning. Right. And the order is set likely on his previous earnings, not his current earnings.
Correct.
You haven't modified that?
So that the court did it because he willfully acted out in court and got himself thrown in jail, which is why he lost the job. So the judge held him to that earning is contempt of court.
The judge so you're saying it's the judge?
If the judge can hold him in earning capacity.
Ma'am. The judge can't make child support is an agreement between you two. You can decide to go cut child support off tomorrow. You could decide to go get $1 in child support.
All right, but you asked if he had an earning capacity, and
Right, and I'm saying that he was earning one thing at once, and then he lost his job, and he's earning less, but his income, his child support is still set at his previous earning level.
Correct.
If it were, don't you think it would be fair to lower that to match his current? If he's saying money's an issue.
I mean, I sacrificed we sent him to school for him to have this degree, so that I'm the one with the high school education, so why should he get lower to my income?
Wow. Wow. Y'all heard it. You heard it.
An X amount of dollars.
Ma'am. So do you think he chose to just make less money? You think he's just out? You think he's happier making less money?
I know for a fact he chose to make less money.
Oh my God. All right. I don't know. You know what? My bullshit meter is going all off now. No. I'm kind of done. Ma'am, so you want us to believe that a man chooses to go make less money for what? For what, pray tell? Why? What would be the reason a man chooses to make less money?
Because he thought, like you're saying, that the court would lower the amount, and they didn't. So
you want me to believe that the support order was set at one thing, but he decided to say, you know what? I don't want to make $70,000 a year. I want to make 40 so I can pay less child support.
No, he decided to curse up the judge and get thrown into jail.
I didn't say anything about him and the judge. I said the job. I don't give a shit about the court. Because here's the funny thing. I want you guys to understand. If you've never been to family court, you don't understand how adversarial it is for men. And the thing is, there's your side, his side, and truth. I'm saying, why would a man making X decide to make less than X? What does that do to his standard of living? Increase it or decrease it?
Again, the only thing
what does that do? Increase it or decrease it?
Decrease it.
So you think he's decreasing his standard of living so he can pay decreased child support?
That's the only thing I could come up with.
That makes no logical sense. That makes no sense. Men don't decrease their earnings to pay less child support.
So why wouldn't he work a job the same type of job he was working when we were
Because that's not how that always works. Look, man, that's not how it always works. And that's the problem. In the family court system, modifications go one way, up. It is rare that a man gets a modification down, even when he loses a job. I know because I couldn't get one. I know because I know many men who couldn't get one. I know because when I sat in family court and was men's groups, that men can lose jobs. The economy takes a dip. The sectors are gone, but they tell you to go get 3 jobs because they make money off of it. The family court system makes money off of it. And ma'am, if money is at the issue and you're really talking about trying to move with this man in good faith, you're getting alimony, you're getting child support set at what his previous income was. And your theory is, well, he did all this because of his attitude despite the judge. That's beautiful when the judge is on your side. I don't give a shit that he cussed out the judge, man. Let's say that happened. You could still say, that's your daddy. He had a bad day, whatever. I don't want to lower it down. But what you said was, why should I do that? So I've already put him through. I did this for him. So child support's to pay you back for putting him through school?
No.
See, child support becomes all kind of shit for women. I asked you, why not modify it? And I said, why don't you reduce? Well, why don't, ma'am, that's what you said.
I said he went to school. He has a degree.
So?
Was making all the money.
And that was. Industries change. He's not making all the money.
The industry changed because he quit his job. When you quit a job, no one fired you. You quit your job. So what do I say when you continue to quit jobs when you see that they're garnishing the maximum allowable amount, which is 55%.
55%. God damn. A man is supposed to take 55% of your income. Ooh, I want you guys to understand. My critics, I hope y'all were able to listen to all of this because I know y'all were like, ooh, he's wrong, so and so forth. But it is all coming out. This is what men have been reduced to. Ma'am, at the end of the day, I keep asking about your boys. This is between you and him. What about the boys? Can he put his shit to the side and you put your shit to the side so the boys can have a relationship with both the mother and the father? I don't give a shit about you or him. How about them? Who shot John and who hurt who and who did what at prom? I don't give two fucks about.
So if I take him off of child support for 90 days or 6 months and he still doesn't get it together, then do I put him back on then at that point? How long?
Why are you going in? I want to know why you don't think he's going to. I want you guys to understand where the question comes from. It's a bad faith question. And this is why family court is so jacked up. Giving women leverage and access to future earnings for past relationships is crazy. You assuming he's going to do the worst.
He's done it before.
And so have you, ma'am. The reason I'm even talking about this shit, ma'am, is when you were married, you were doing the worst.
All right, well,
No, all right. Because you said you still wanted to get back with this man. You still want. It's all alive, man. Anybody can hear it.
It's fine. I understand. But if I'm held to my resume, why is he not held to his?
I don't give a shit about your resume or his resume. What about the boys?
That's what I'm saying.
No. And see, the thing is, man, you keep going back. Well, what if he doesn't do it? So how about this? How about this then? Just like you wanted him to give you good faith, grace, and some mercy, that you had changed to give you another shot because you've done the work, right? Excuse me.
I started to analyze this video with the video of mine called When a Man Jumps. So if you want to fully understand the whole context of this conversation, please go back to that video and start watching from there. I kind of start halfway from Kevin Samuels' original video, because this part is also quite long and I didn't want to start from the beginning again. So this particular section here is very important, I think, for most women. It is true that most women, well, certainly younger women who haven't been through the rigors of marriage, children, and all that, may not know about the rigors of child court or family court for men, and how the system is rigged against men. I can't say I'm an expert in it. I have never been to family court. I don't intend to ever go to family court, but I know many people who have been through family court, men and women, and I do know actually that it is rigged against men, especially in the Western countries. In the non-Western countries, it's a completely different matter. So one would say the system is fairer to everybody. Now, I can go into why that is. It may seem unfair to women. Women are oppressed, so to speak, but actually there is a good logic behind the way it is in such countries. I can do a video on that one another time. But here we are talking about a situation where a man are lambs to the slaughter, and a frustrated or angry or upset woman can certainly take advantage of that. I think we're seeing glimpses of that in this particular conversation. Let's continue.
Do the same for him. Give him the benefit of that. Stop. You want him to give you the benefit of the doubt? You give him the benefit of the doubt. How does that hurt you? How does that hurt you?
Financially, it would hurt me because the same money in the household I need.
Man, we're not okay. It hurts you financially for how long?
I have no idea.
That's what I said. I said joint custody. Joint custody. That means he has the boys, you have the boys. See, this is why I go to this selfishness party of one thing. To you, this sounds right. And to me, I'm trying to figure out how can the boys end up having a relationship with the mother and father, and how can y'all get to some point of possibly a new resolution. But it's going to take you experiencing some setback too. You want him to give you a shot, to give you the benefit of the doubt that you've changed, that would show a different thing, because the woman right here, I can see why you probably don't believe anything has changed. Because what have you done? You've gone to some therapy. Therapy is supposed to go to an action. It's supposed to do something to soften your heart, to give you some grace, some mercy, to understand some empathy, to understand where people are coming from. Well, he lost his job. Well, he quit his job, and he cussed out this. Okay, so we're supposed to listen to your issues and your drama, but men can't have any. We're just supposed to keep out here steady, performing, and that's what I want you guys to understand. We're tools. We're utilities. We're not supposed to feel. We're not supposed to think. You can't make no mistakes, but they can make mistakes. And at the end of the day, ma'am, you're raising 2 boys.
A very, 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 very wise woman once said to me, this is a little secret that I'm telling to my fellow ladies, use it as you will. It helped me a lot in my personal life, and I hope it helps you. This lady said to me, that young man you're after, that you're dating, whatever, treat him like he's your son. I thought, what? Crazy stuff. But you know what? I took on board that advice, and I haven't looked back ever since. Now, what Kevin Samuels is saying here is, we as women, we'd like to be forgiven, not judged, shown mercy for our failings. And we get it. You know, we do receive that kind of non-judgment all the time. We are the cuter sex, you know, especially when we're younger. We get all kinds of passes. We get a break from everybody in society. The only males who get some love are babies, male babies, until the toddler stage. They get love from their mama, and that's it. Every other stage of life in a man's life becomes very difficult. He doesn't get a break from his boss at work. He doesn't get a break, in this modern world at least, from his wife. And his life becomes one long hardship. And as Kevin Samuels is saying, he becomes a tool. Yes, we recognize that. Let's not play dumb. We know it's true. So, yes, women suffer in different ways. Childbirth, keeping a man, dealing with her polygamy and all kinds of issues. Yes, women's lives are different in a different way. But the real hardships of life, where a man has to even lay down his life for his country, for his family, for his community, for his society. I would choose to be a woman every time if I had the benefit of multiple reincarnations. So, if a woman can see a man as her male baby, I guarantee you, all these issues we're having in our communities where there's no love between men and women, as the Black Eyed Peas sing all the time, or sang once, I don't know how many years ago, where is the love, It doesn't exist anymore, tragically. If we can see that grown man, no matter how much of a difficult one he is, if you can see him as a little boy, if you can see him as he was when he was a little boy, all your problems with him are solved because you soften towards him, I guarantee you. Anyway, enough of my stupid little advice, huh? But is it really stupid? I ask you, think about it.
You're raising 2 boys, and how they view themselves is going to be directly tied to how you view men, how you view their father, how you interact with men, whether you like it or not. So,
I love their father.
This is love. This is why I say I don't give a shit about your love, people. This is what I mean. That's why I say I don't give a shit about your love. Respect. You love them, but you don't respect it. Because as soon as I said, why don't you come to him with an offer? I'm going to pause child support. I'm going to give you joint custody and cut off child support. So we split the boys 50-50, and we come up with a new way of doing this. And I'm going to give you some time to get yourself up there because you said 90 days. I'm not asking for it, but you automatically go to, well, what if he fucks me? You mean like you fucked him?
I didn't fuck him.
You, with your attitude. You said I'm talking about in the marriage. You said how not being a good wife.
Unbeknownst to me.
Doesn't matter unbeknownst to not. That the outcome is the same.
All right, but it wasn't deliberate. It wasn't something that.
See, you're still going back to the fact, ma'am. Okay, you're still going back to the fact you didn't do it. Okay, fine. Do something different. But you know what? Never mind. That's why we started where we end or where we start, man. It's about you, and that's cool. The therapy. What's the outcome that's different? Because if you can't have a different beginning with the man you start a family with, you can at least get to where you have mutual respect. You can at least get to the point to where the kids don't feel the tension. Because I don't care about your dating life or his. I'm talking about those boys. That's why the black community is in a position it is. What are the boys seeing? How the boys and the hardened hearts of far too many women regarding their interpersonal relationship with the men. I don't give a shit about the relationship with the men. I care about the boys. You want to have a shot out here in the market? They're going to want to know, how'd you deal with your ex-husband? How your boys coming along?
Yeah, I'm not in the market.
This doesn't matter, man. That's my point is you said you fear the market because you don't feel like there's any hope. There is not hope. And there should not be hope for this kind of stuff.
You're right. You're right.
Like you said, I didn't plan on the divorce. I didn't plan on the divorce. Well, if you didn't plan on the divorce, but you did the behaviors, and you're like, well, unbeknownst to me, the man didn't divorce you after an argument. One argument. This is prolonged. But then you walked away from the marriage where you're a housewife, you got alimony and child support. His financial position has changed. And what you've told us is he's changed his financial position damn near on purpose.
He quit his job.
Damn near on purpose. And his purpose with changing his financial position was to pay less child support. Makes absolutely no sense.
Well, why would he quit his job?
Ma'am, I don't know why somebody would quit their job to pay less child support. That means he has less money. And that's the point. And the fact of the matter, you're still trying to make it, this is how you think of him? Fine. That's why I'm going to let it keep playing, keep playing, keep playing. You're coming at this from a negative standpoint. He did it to pay less child support. That also means he has less money to live on too, right? Less quality of life, less free money, right?
Right.
Uh-huh. How's that benefit him?
I mean, I don't know. He wasn't.
It doesn't benefit him. That's the point. And all he does is get further and further behind in child support to where they garnish you for the maximum amount. The state's coming after you or not. And the only person who can turn this shit off is you. Because the judge ain't going to do it. The family court system ain't going to do it because they make money off of it. And if he is if he's telling you the reason I'm here because I'm under financial, when men can't provide, men start to feel worthless. And men don't want to feel worthless in front of their boys. So a lot of times they feel like they're doing their sons a favor by not being around because they don't want to show a poor representation of a man. And if you can do anything to help fix that for your sons, you might want to consider that. But you got to get out of your way first. But the world ain't going to tell you this. The world's going to tell you, no, girl, you right, such and so forth, and you're going to get the sister chorus and the high five and all the women. But at the end of the day, your boys are sitting around not even asking for their daddy no more. What's the cost of all that? How much that going to cost? How much therapy is that going to cost? Something to think about. There are no easy solutions in human interactions. But you can turn this off. And if it works out in the negative, you can always turn it back on, can't you?
Yeah, I can, right?
Go find out. Have a good one.
Thanks, Kevin.
I'm telling you, folks, the family court system is one that is not in favor of men. You know, and I'm not trying to make it seem like that guy was a saint in any way, but come on, man. Come on. Party of one. Party of one. That was a call that needed to happen. It was kind of off topic. I'm going to go a little bit longer. Party of one. Ladies, you don't want to end up being a party of one. You don't want to end up with stuff like Diane Carroll. When I showed you Diane Carroll, that was a beautiful woman being driven around in a limousine in a fur coat alone. Between a man and a woman, you and I will never know all the stories. And even if we do know all the stories, I don't care. When you have kids, the father, the mother, let me say this. I know men who have walked away from their kids because the mother was making them crazy. But it has to be said that the man's still paying the support. So he's not a deadbeat. He just can't deal with you. Get the likes up, folks, so the chat room goes off.
In defense of this woman, yes, she was not the party to file for divorce. So, I give her that. I think no matter how things get, how bad things get, the person who files for divorce is the one responsible for breaking up the marriage. Let's be fair. However, she has the key to keeping her family together by, as Kevin suggested, not raiding the family purse, so to speak, in a way that's destructive for everyone, including eventually her children. They will be the losers in the end. And we often forget about the children in fights, quarrels, arguments, battles, wars against the other parent. So, this was a big lesson for me, and I hope for other ladies, no matter how bad things get, let's think about the children. Someone's having to think about the children, right? Someone has to. And just one last thing. Love to a man is useless without respect, in the same way as respect to a woman is useless without love. And on that note, I leave you peace, harmony, grace, and blessings to you all. Until next time.